What's up, guys? David the Smash here from Chibi Podcast, and we're going to talk about right now about the latest trailer, the first trailer of Star Wars Episode 8: The Last Jedi that came out today during Star Wars Celebration. And oh my gosh, there's so much to talk about. Let's go through a little bit of what went in the trailer, and then we'll talk about specifics. So in the trailer, you see it starts out with Rey gasping for air, and you see these kind of montages, a little bit of her training with Luke, and Luke asking, what do you see? He says, and then she sees, I see the light, the dark, and then the balance, and you see the book which has the old Jedi logo in it, and then he says, it's so much bigger. Then it cuts to different parts showing you, the AT-ATs, the walkers. You see Finn recovering. You see Poe and the base is being attacked. You see Captain Phasma, which looks, you see Captain Phasma attacking. It looks like they're attacking the base. You see flashbacks of what we saw in Episode 7 with Luke and with R2-D2. You see a little bit of Kylo Ren, and it finally ends with Luke saying, I know one truth, and it's time for the Jedi to end, and there it is. That's it. That's the trailer. It was very short. I think it's only 2 minutes, but there's a lot of information that we have to go into. So the first one is, it actually begins with Daisy Ridley answering a question at the panel where she talks about how Rey's gonna find out that meeting her here is not what she expected, and what I'm guessing is, obviously Luke has changed a lot from The Last Jedi to now. Obviously with his failed academy, with Kylo Ren, the Knights of Ren, killing his students, and obviously Ben going to the dark side. That, and also what I believe that is going to change him is also the truths that he found at the first Jedi Temple. Because if you read again, this is from Star Wars Legends, so I'm not sure how much of this is going to be in the canon now, but basically, what we know is that what the Jedi were at the end, or at the rise of the Empire, was very much there for when the Jedi's first started, and there are a lot of changes, a lot of them, for the worse, in my opinion, from what you see, and it was one of the reasons why Anakin was seduced to the dark side, because he sees a lot of the flaws that the Jedi had, and the Jedi, basically saying, this is for the good of the people, this is for the good, and kind of justifying some of the stuff that they've done. And so what I think is going to take is going to affect Luke in a big way, and he's not going to be the same as he was again in the Return of the Jedi. He's going to be a little bit more coarse. He's going to be more open to techniques that maybe the Jedi frowned upon, but teach that to Rey to help her understand that is not just so cut and dry with the Force. One of the lines that they say is that there's the light, the dark, and the balance. And again, Luke says it's so much bigger than what they were taught or they were told about the Force, and it's just gonna be amazing, because we've seen examples of this, of the balance or the middle, the gray area, with Rebels. If you've ever watched Star Wars Rebels, and we have Ahsoka, she's not bad, she's not good, she's kind of in the middle. She's not a Jedi, she's not a Sith. So she's kind of in this gray area. Also, that one monster, I can't remember his name, Bendo, I believe, in Star Wars Rebels, he says he's not the light, he's not the dark, he's in the middle, he's the balance. So that's going to take a huge role. I believe that the words that Luke says, it's time for the Jedi to end, I don't think he's referring completely about, the light side. He's referring to what the Jedi were, what they were at that moment in time when they fell to the Empire. I think that's what he's referring to. That's the Jedi has to end in that way. That lifestyle and that those teachings have to stop, and a new teaching has to come up so that this doesn't happen, so that there's not this destruction. On top of that, one other thing that I wanted to get into is just kind of the similarities that they have between this Episode 8 and also Episode 5, because in Episode 5 you have Luke Skywalker coming in trying to look for Yoda, and Yoda was nothing of what Luke expected, like to have this little green guy be one of the greatest Jedi Masters. Took him off guard. Like, there's no way it's this person, so he had to be shown that it was Yoda. And so in that sense, I think Rey's gonna have this is gonna have this realization that, oh, he's not like this hero. I guess, in my opinion, he's not this hero that, not the hero that what I saw or what I've heard in the stories. Like he's gonna, I think Luke's gonna be very more coarse. He's gonna be very more hardened, I believe, but still hopeful. Again, we don't have any much more information aside from that. We just know that what I think is Finn. You know, they showed Finn in the recovery little capsule thing, but I believe he's gonna have a huge prominent role in this movie, and he's going to show us what Finn can really do. And obviously Poe's gonna do that as well because of the three main characters. I hope that they get off Octu and the third act of the movie, because it looks like that Luke and Rey are gonna be there for a while, and I believe somehow what I think is that the First Order is gonna find out where Luke is and get that map that was shown at the end of Episode 7, and that's how those TIE Fighters are gonna fight him. And that's why you see the Millennium Falcon in a dogfight. That's what I think. But again, we're gonna have to see what happens. Again, I'm so excited. It's December 15th. It cannot come fast enough. If you have any questions or you have any comments, anything else I left out, I'll leave it at the bottom of this video. We're going into deeper discussion on it later on. But this is just my first impressions of what I saw. So that's everything for today. This is Chibi Podcast.